Growing up in the city, everyone came to the harbor, but the water was off limits because the water was just dirty. You didn't see wildlife, no fish, no crab. People would ridicule you for even thinking about getting into the water at the harbor.
So much of our city's history is tied up with its access to the water. When we first moved here, there was still tugboats everywhere. It's a special neighborhood, but one afternoon I was so frustrated and angry, recognizing that it was this incredible asset that we couldn't really use.
Children deserve to be able to play in clean water and swim in the harbor. To me, it's really a right that they have.
If I look back, I got to be honest with myself. I really didn't understand how I can make a difference here. I've described myself in the early days as I'm the crazy guy that said we were going to do it. We set a big goal for this body of water to be swimmable and fishable in 10 years.
Mike is determined, smart, pushy, and insistent that it can be done and we'll figure out a way. Always optimistic.
For generations, people have been told you can't touch the harbor. People would tell us people don't care about whether or not they can swim in the Baltimore Harbor. We really needed to change that stigma. Everything that we did, I thought, how can we make this a plan for engaging the public?
30 volunteers out in Canton doing a little gardening to help filter stormwater runoff.
All of the trash goes right into the storm drains with no filter into the harbor.
Back in East Baltimore, it's projects like this that keep pollution out of Maryland's waterways.
We're in Baltimore at the inner harbor, planting wetlands.
When we grew oysters in the harbor, we chose a way that was as volunteer intensive as possible. Everyone told me, you're nuts. These oysters are all going to die, but they didn't. And now we grow 300,000 baby oysters in the Baltimore Harbor every year. When it came to Mr. Trash Wheel, I had no idea that it would become the most engaging thing we ever did.
On the farm, we had this funny old piece of equipment. It was originally meant to be horse-drawn. It was called a hay pitching machine, and it would scoop the hay up and pitch it onto a wagon. And I thought, well, you know, that ran off the power of its own wheels. Why don't we harness that power using a water wheel? Here is sort of a choke point, you know. The trash wheel stays here all the time, waiting for the trash to come down the river to collect.
When I first came to Baltimore, I didn't know what that thing was. I was like, what is this? It's a piece of artwork? That's what I thought. It's this big, silly thing with these huge eyeballs that just grabs people's attention.
One of the reasons the Inner Harbor is in better shape is because of Mr. Trash Wheel.
There's this whole fandom that has sprung up around Mr. Trash Wheel.
And he's really become a character online.
I am so excited that we are about to install our 4th trash wheel here in Baltimore City.
People see the difference that the trash wheel makes, and you realize, maybe I can make a difference too. Maybe there is a better future than present.
This year, Waterfront Partnership has been testing 5 days a week. That is something that's not done anywhere, even at swimming beaches. We test for fecal indicator bacteria. Yes, talking about poop.
When Healthy Harbor comes in with a sample, we are looking at Anaerococcus bacteria. We're analyzing and coming up with a number. If they're too high, the levels can make us sick. I do it every day. I'm looking to make sure it is okay for people to swim.
My job, I guess, was being part of an organization that said, like, this is real, the harbor should be clean, and pushing the city to cleaning up their sewage system. That was the big thing.
Back River Wastewater Treatment Plant was the first treatment plant for the city of Baltimore. It's about 100 years old. During the storm events, the plant would actually get into battle stations. The sewers would surcharge and overflow, and they overwhelm our sewer system. So we could see up to 500 million gallons a day into streams that would drain into the Inner Harbor or other surrounding streams around the city.
There are a lot more people in this area now than it was even when I was little and growing up here in this city. That's a lot more trash, it's a lot more waste, it's a lot more water, it's a lot more of everything that we have to handle appropriately.
What we're trying to do with our treatment system is protect the environment. So we've rehabbed sewers, built new sewers, lined sewers. Since the headworks has been online, the water quality is significantly better.
Nature can rebound pretty quickly if you give it a chance. Adding floating wetlands, adding 4 trash wheels now, bit by bit, incrementally, we could begin to see more of these little habitat zones, which are, you've heard of dead zones, right? Why not create life zones?
You could see that we've come light years from where we were to team up with Mike and Laurie and the Waterfront Partnership. Been an incredible thing to be a part of.
So much good work has been done to clean up the water of the harbor. You can swim in this harbor. It is safe. There are times of the year where this water is probably almost at the same level as you'd find offshore at Assateague or Ocean City. This inner harbor behind me is thriving with life.
It's calming out here compared to the normal Baltimore lifestyle when it's all crazy and everything. This is different than normally what we see. It's wildlife out there, like real wildlife.
Today the water is outstanding and it's stunning how beautiful it is, how clean the water looks. To just to sit back and say, we got it done. People can do it now. This is a success story for Baltimore. We've gone from you can't touch the water to most days it's swimmable and fishable.
It's just incredible to be at this place today where we have brought a group of people together who believe in a swimmable, fishable harbor and are making it happen.
People in the community believe that Baltimore can be better tomorrow than it is today.
I think one of the good lessons here is that we can do big things.
We all own this collectively. What it was, owning up to that, owning up what the harbor was, right? But also saying this is where we are now and this is where we're going to go. It's our collective responsibility to talk about that. I know the data, I know the water is safe, and that's why I'll be jumping in the harbor.
Come out and swim with us. Think about it as you are speaking up. You are making a statement. This is important. We got to keep it going.